Hello and welcome back. I am that James guy, and this is the sort of end siege of Southern Victory, the final hurrah, the last moment. We're going to be going for them. We've just done Operation Blackbeard, and we are beginning the mighty push up towards the big cities along the east coast of America. Also at war with Quebec and obviously all of this over here. We've sort of dug in along the border. We're winning a few of these skirmishes and battles here. Our troops are much better than theirs, but still going to be tight, especially in a couple of battles like this one here, the Battle of, I don't know, Central Virginia. What we'll do is we'll pull off him and just get him to go into that to help out. Maybe not that way, my friend. Let's start moving along. We'll take this at sort of speed 3. We also called in Brazil, and we've also adjusted the Air Force a little bit. So we've got full air cover over here. Our planes are a lot better than theirs, but that's about all we've got at the moment. Let's send the tanks into Frederick. Once we get over this river line, all will be fine and dandy. Because we'll be able to pull the tanks up and along this border here. Hopefully we'll get an encirclement in Washington, or District of. There we go, we have taken Frederick. And half the tanks that way. Send the rest that way. We're going to sort of steamroll up this border. At least that's the plan. There we go, we've taken Washington. The armoured assault is going. They're going to just steam that way. Seize war materials. We will now start doing mass formations. I want to go and get some more of these researchers down here. And we've got some other stuff. We're very short on steel, which is a slight concern. Mostly because we're pumping out like all of the tonks. There's not really anyone we can trade with it for, so we'll just get it from Russia for now, I guess. Some British tungsten and some more Japanese rubber. Okay, the siege of Washington continues unabated. They can run into Newark and surround the capital of Philadelphia. Knock out that Air Force. A few boys hit Washington. So just move the Air Force up a little bit into the East Coast. In fact, we'll just stack all of it up there. I'm guessing that's the news event for the fall of Philadelphia. Because that appears to have happened. Oh, they appear to have pushed slightly over here. We will just fix that up. Have they pushed anywhere else? They've pushed a little bit down there. But otherwise it's fine. Continue steaming them along that way. We do need more trucks, more artillery, more of everything. We've got enough land XP to convert some of these probably into that into a medium at least, this into an armoured recon, and now with any luck we'll be able to make some of this mechanised. 9,550, so you can go back to being motorised. We'll just add one mechanised in then, because we can afford that almost certainly. We'll also make you. We don't have enough medium tanks to do that. There we go. That works fine for me. Will help the Battle of New York. You can continue up towards Boston. Swing them along further. Washington can continue. Unashamedly unabated. The more encirclements we get, the easier our life is going to be. Currently, of course, the Americans do outnumber us a little bit, especially up and down the front line. Our only hope is a sort of blitzkrieg war style thing, using our superior armor divisions. Which is working once we can swing up the rest of this seacoast. There goes Boston. We've overrun that. We continue up to Bangor. There goes New York. Swing those up. Hopefully we can get Quebec to capitulate, and that will give us some equipment as well. Fall of Columbus, Ohio. Oh, was that one of mine? Doesn't look like it. It's good, that's 10 divisions trapped in New York. It's something at least. These boys can rack up here, ready to head towards Ottawa, Canada. If you north, then you want to mosey over to Halifax. None of that looks right. I think that spot there is the one we want to go for. Oh, we appear to have found the Quebecois army. Let's try a push with the barrels here towards Pittsburgh. Quebec doesn't have very many VPs, so that should be a fairly easy push. They're actually struggling a bit here. Swing them around that way. Pause that up. Unless you want to get this so that we can get the stuff down there. If you boys can wipe those 10 divisions. You boys just head up this way. Start evening up the line slightly. You need to retreat out of there, or you're in the big G, the big trouble. You go another armoured push here. We'll succeed where potentially the others have failed. battle for Pittsburgh. They're moving on to Rochester. If you swing round and do that, you can launch the Marines on their naval invasion. We have full lockdown of the Caribbean Sea after all. We're short on steel again. We're sort of perpetually short on steel, I'm afraid. Resources are going to just be a problem. Seems a complete lack of convoys is where that's stemming from. Start trying to just whack out some convoys, I guess. That's bad news, Bear, over there. Luckily, we've got some potential kills here, though. And actually, it doesn't really matter if they take that. We can reinforce this with some good foot maneuvers. Pull these boys round. We'll be able to get an encirclement on this. Both of them going that way. Being completely out of manpower is a bit of a concern, which reminds me we probably ought, you know, go up to service by require or at least extensive conscription. The Russians and the Germans and the British and Europe has assigned peace, apparently. Don't know quite how that's happened, but it apparently has. Got a nice encirclement going on here. What's their capitulation like? Not very high at all. Maybe we call in Canada? I don't really know. Wonder if we could push up to Wichita. At the very least, pushing that could be useful. Well, there goes Haiti. Or Haiti, rather. That will at least get us Port-au-Prince, which has given us some bits and bobs, which is nice. Also, I think they had some resources there. A tiny little bit of chromium, not a lot. I wish Brazil would maybe send some troops in. They are doing it, they're just having a bit of a struggle in so doing it. Right, the Halifax front is a bit of a problem. Sort of masterclass in how not to do this right now. Well aware of that. But we should be able to get a few nice encirclements. I want to take Pittsburgh because it's a capital. Also, it will lead us up towards Detroit and Chicago. It would certainly seem that Operation Lightning War has maybe not been as successful as I would have hoped. Mostly because all these damn rivers that our armour is really struggling to get over. We'll move some of the planes up. Like so. With their support, we should be fine. Right. Hold that. Go into there. You boys need to start cleaning that up. Now, if we're lucky here, we'll be able to take Buffalo before these troops escape, so we need to pin that. You need to get into Buffalo. Perfect. And that is 7 dudes surrounded. You boys can just move in that way. Fall of Philadelphia. You can motor up towards Cleveland, rather, not Clevedon. Clevedon is a place in Britain. This is turning into a bit of a haphazard disaster. But it's not the haphazard disaster that it could be, which is something, I guess. We'll pull our 100% boost on the M20 Barrel Buster. Oh, also our spies should probably mosey on to, like, Chicago or something. If you can fire up via Detroit. We somehow need to get you boys out of here. God only knows how we're going to pull that off. There's one at least. I'm working on pushing this way and closing the Virginia pocket, or, yeah, the Virginia pocket. If we swing round here like this, order them to push that way, maybe not. We should at the very least be able to pocket this stuff. You hold that. Pull down. Pull down. All of Pittsburgh. Again. And that is the Virginia part. Ooh, an event has fired. Confederate armies have executed Operation Blackbeard with ease, and we have managed to occupy Ohio, effectively splitting the US in half. The Confederate government has often considered making peace with the US, with our terms being the restoration of pre-Great War borders. Although, we could simply push onwards, sweep more victories, even if it means continuing the war. I mean, I feel like we are starting to have a struggle, especially up here. They're barely holding on here. We've lost a couple of tank divisions. Overall, though, casualties are massively in our favour. I feel like it would be a shame to stop now. Certainly if... Well, just certainly if if we do, we're nearing outnumbering them. We now have an industrial advantage. We've almost reached Chicago. We've got maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 divisions that are about to get encircled here. Detroit has fallen. Rock City. Though that's a bit of a concern. We're going to need to deal with that. I think it would be a shame to stop now. I think we continue. We sweep them from the field of battle. There we go. This, however, doesn't look particularly thrilling. Let's whack last stand on him. This is the moment where it all goes wrong, isn't it? So I overextended my... overextended myself. Right, well, let's try and rescue him. He should be fine to do that. Pull them into here. Yeah, you need to retreat out of that one. Once we free up these divisions, it will be a lot easier for us to deal with a lot of this. The dudes in Detroit are kind of in a bit of a bad way. I think the solution to that is to try and break them out from this side while they operate on last stand. Desiree and America. I mean, I have no idea what Desiree over here is going to do. They even have their own focus tree. Being exciting, I suppose. Under Heber J. Grant over there. The religious uprising. I mean, I imagine America's having a bit of a whoopsie at the moment. Oh, and Japan has decided to jump in on the invasion of America. I guess we support Desiree here. We don't really care about that. I do care about the fact that we've lost Boston, but I'm not gonna lie, gaining all these dead divisions here, that's kind of a big deal. Now nearing 2 million deaths. Right. I feel like bringing the tanks up to Detroit to go and push up towards Quebec to try and cut off this northern seaboard stuff is probably the way forward. At the very least, you boys can hit that, as we've now taken Wichita, Kansas. Oh, that's 9 divisions there. Or, well, it's a fair few. Okay. Looks like we may be running both ways. Back in Buffalo. They appear to have made a few decisions regarding frontline troop army placement. I think they may have freaked out a bit because Japan's come a-knocking. And Desiree as well. I mean, Japan does look a little evil, does it not? Can you go deal with that? There we go, we rescued the dude in Providence. Okay, the tank push heading for Ottawa is underway. You boys heading for Boston is underway. Got more tank divisions, which are going to go to here, I think. To be brutally honest here, with just the speed, we're going to be able to break down this line here, especially with the extra tanks pushing up from the south. It's going to get ridiculous, and it's going to get ridiculous fairly fast. Okay, that's 4, 8, 9, 10, 11 divisions surrounded. Swing up to Ottawa. We still have the tank here. We'll swing him up this way so we can make a run for Quebec. Swing them around that way. I'd like to be able to do that. It's a small encirclement, but an encirclement nonetheless it is. 5 tanks into Tarrytown, head up to St. Louis, and north to Chicago. Or at least that's the plan. You can finagle your ways this way. You can head like so. This should give us Quebec. Hopefully. With any degree of luck. Really would like to stop using tanks up there, but alas, needs must. That'll be a nice encirclement if we can pull that off. Some more dudes down there. Much as I hate using them, I guess we should send the tanks this way. Actually, no, we'll pull the tanks back over here. Oh, the St. Louis offensive is underway. Canada has declared war on them. Oh my god, that is a messy as anything border. But we will support Canada. After all, they're on our side. They're fighting the bad guys. Or are we the bad guys? I don't quite know. We're definitely the bad guys, aren't we? We have manpower again, which is something nice. Does mean we can technically, you know, summon forth some more planes. Like so. You're having a struggle. You've developed a struggle. Okay, Operation Boom, or Bust, has apparently operated effectively. Right, this way of the localized offensive, we're sort of cutting them up into rings. Mostly for our own amusement, but also for just to make life easy for us. The more ways we split them up, the easier this becomes. Of course, it's the one hill province I decide to target. Who's pieced out? The Indo-Chinese Union. Oh god, that is a disgusting border. Oh well. I mean, we lost a Tonk, but we rescued that Tonk. Pretty sure America is out of manpower. They're not far away from capitulating either. I'm not entirely convinced. Am I going to have to drive to, like, California? I would really rather not do that. I mean, I know Boston's probably a top pick for places to go. We'll send them down that way. Desperate to try and take Quebec, but it's not happening. If you actually take Buffalo, that would help. Go, knocking out Boston. Encircled those boys down there.
Where are we headed? This way, follow me. Let's do this. Hey. Follow me. Yep.
So it's kind of over for them. We're just waiting for them to capitulate, because I'm hoping there's an end peace deal. Let's fire up the Mexican question. I believe we've now got enough mechanized to do another one of them. We do indeed. You know what? We probably ought to put, like, you know, the support equipment in there. It will help. Let's fire them up. You know, Boston has fallen. See if we can't take Quebec City now. I believe we've lost another Tonk as well. Canada got puppeted into the northwest. Well, that's a little evil. Desiree is doing okay, I guess. They're not far away from capitulating now. New president in America? Oh, they've retaken Toronto, which hasn't helped. I guess steaming to Denver's gonna help. Full steam to Denver. We're desperately trying to push Quebec City. So that we can actually, like, capitulate this mess. Seems we've finally pulled that off. Right. Swing them that way. You into there. You into there. Take Tombstone, Tucson. Knock out some of these other bits. Where are my tanks going? Can't moderate yourself that way. Any more VPs? There's one. North Dakota. There's bound to be something there, isn't there? Surely you're capitulating now, Denver. Not Denver. The other one. Quebec. Oh, do you have, like, VPs up here as well? You do. Shame. It's odd that, like, Montreal and stuff aren't VPs. I would have thought they would be. Oh! That almost certainly explains why America hasn't capitulated. I reckon they capitulate if we take Detroit. I mean, most of their army is dead. They've been completely outmaneuvered on the field of battle. They are completely, without a shadow of a doubt, surrounded. Nope, still not there yet. You telling me we're actually going to have to take LA? I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. But the 4th Army can probably do it. Okay, the Rocky Mountain campaign in the closing stages of the Great War seems to be going my way. This is where they like come out of nowhere and nuke me or something. I could incredibly expect that to sort of happen. Has LA fallen? Is it the end of the American government? One would expect so. Nope, LA was not enough. Is San Diego going to be enough? Does not look like San Diego was enough either. Looks like we are going to have to go to San Francisco. Going to San Fran, boys. Oh, we lost Detroit again. No wonder. Just not really paying attention to this northern front does that to you. Thing is that most of the American army is kind of like out of supply and a little bit fucked. It's just not really happening for them, is it? Another 4 divisions there for us to wipe. There they go. Let's start by taking the stuff we know we want. Does Desiree have cores on like that? Okay. I think that's fair on that side. From Ohio, Illinois, Indiana. Which one's Ohio? That's Ohio. That seems reasonable. Bahamas, we want to take that as well, because that's obviously mine. Now we want to satellite Quebec and Canada. Canada we want to give, you know, maybe Canada. Seems reasonable. And Desiree, want to give you all of your claims. Oh, is that it? Yep. Okay then. And Republic of Quebec. I think that looks pretty neat. Then we'll leave whatever's left of America as a rump state. Oh, that didn't do anything, because apparently there's an event piece as well. The Union is dead. We have our own country. Then we have the Great Plains Occupation Zone under Ankh Kuma. Fair enough. We have the West Occupation Zone, the Canadian Republic, which owns all of that, Quebec, the East Coast Occupation Zone, and the Great Lakes Occupation Zone. All under their own things. I mean, Patton's in charge of that one. Without picture, of course. So now the only thing left to do is to kill Mexico. Let's do that. Create the shining arsenal of democracy that we are. Oh, and we should probably, get some tech going as well, given that we were a bit behind on that. Did we finish our land doctrines? No, we didn't even finish our land doctrines. Probably ought to have looked into that. I mean, to be fair, we have won World War II by 1942. It's kind of all over now. But we just want to finish our focus tree, and then that will be that. Canada's led by Arthur Elliot. They're apparently a Reichskommissariat, as is the Republic over there. I have a few factory slots. Can probably build some civilian industry now. In Texas and things. Fate of Texas, and then we can do the Greater Confederacy from Ohio to the Amazon. Will stretch a state of truly awesome proportion. I mean, it helped that we were using... I mean, if we just look at the army, for example. We'll just demand their territory, because they should just give it to us. I think that gives us, like, Bahia and maybe, like, a bit of Texas and things. Oh, they've said no. Revoke guarantee. How can I declare war on them if they're a puppet? I can't. Let's fire up Greater Confederacy and see what happens there. That's interesting. I'm guessing that event is bugged. We should have just gone for the make them free option and kill them. Oh well. Fire up Greater Confederacy. See what happens. But otherwise, I think we have reached the end of this playthrough. We have dealt with America. The problem has been resolved. 2 days. 1 day, ding dong. I will fire up New Order. Nothing appears to have happened. Not even a name change. We also still have the Treaty of Trenton. There's been no way to get rid of that so far. Oh, we also puppeted Desiree. They have 22 divisions. Wow. Incredible. Either way, I think that brings an end to this playthrough. I know this has been an extra long episode, but it has been a pleasure. We have finished Southern Victory now. So, as this evening the New Order releases, we will be covering that as our next mod playthrough on Hearthstone 4. So I will be doing some of that starting tomorrow. Will be the first episode of that going live, which I'll be recording in the morning. This evening, that's Tuesday, so that is today, the 21st, we're doing Planet Zoo like we do always on stream. So if you do like these playthroughs and you do like strategy games and stuff, I would definitely recommend checking out my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/thatjamesguy. But it has been a pleasure. Give yourselves a salute. And if you have liked this, please like the video. And if you did not like it, please do so in protest. Follow and subscribe and do all the other fun things because they really help me out. It's been a pleasure. Have a good one, guys, and I'll see you again soon.